Cindy McDonald from Frankfort, Kentucky. I don't know, you know where Kentucky is, yeah? I'm a wholesaler, you know. I sell lots of things, like good stuff and very good stuff. But I have a question because I want to sell my products in the European market. You know, Europe? I heard it's a bit dangerous. I don't know if you've heard recently, but so I don't know. I'm a bit lost because I have my European customers on the phone, and they were like telling me, yes, you can sell your products in our market, but you need to comply with this and that. They talked about numbers like 11, 69. I mean, 11 is okay, but 69? Really? I mean, is that what it takes to sell in Europe? I'm not too sure about that, you know, so I'm like, can someone help me? I mean, understand all these words and numbers. I mean, 69 really. So, I don't know, can anyone help me? Can you help me? No? Can you help me? No? You can help me, yeah? Okay, so no one really cares about our problem. Thank you very much. So I don't know, maybe I'll call the people that actually helped me put the barcode on my product last time. Maybe you know them, like GS1, you know, like Great Savior or something, or Good Saving, or God Save Me. I don't remember exactly what it was. But I'm gonna try and call them, yeah? Okay, so let me find the number. Okay. Beep. It's ringing. Hello? Hello?
GS1 US.
Oh, hello, GS1 US. Yes, my name is Cindy McDonald, and I'm calling because I need some information about selling my products in Europe.
Okay, right, in Europe, I understand. So far from US, actually.
Okay, I'm actually in Brussels at the moment, in the...
really?
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm not really aware with all the European projects, but we are a global organization, so maybe I will put you through one of my colleagues from GS1 Europe.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Just a second.
You're so kind. Thank you.
C'est qui ça?
Hello, good morning. Maastricht Benazuz on the phone from GS1 Europe. Can I help you?
Hello. Your name is Maastricht Benazuz, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you very much. My name is Cindy McDonald. I'm calling from the US.
Okay.
Yes, and I have a product to sell in the European market, but my customer keeps telling me about 69. I'm not really sure what I have to do here.
Okay, I understand. And where are you exactly?
I'm in Brussels at the
really?
moment. You know what Brussels?
And where in Brussels?
In the Crown Plaza.
Okay, right, perfect. I'm not really...
Thank you very much. This is so nice. They're coming. That's right. Okay, they're coming. They're coming.
So you have any problem to sell product in Europe?
Oh yes, I don't really know what to do. They tell me to comply with regulations, 11, 69.
Yeah, I know. Lots of members.
Yes. So do you have any idea how someone can help me or give me more information?
We are all here to help you, but maybe I will try to explain more. Do you know more about GS1? What does it mean?
Not really. I mean,
Not really?
a Great Savior or something like that?
No, global standard actually.
Okay.
Quite easy to understand.
Yeah.
Our job is to develop some technology who can help you to manage your business.
Okay.
So just try to explain if I'm sure to understand. You are a wholesaler and you need to sell products in Europe.
In Europe, yes. That's
So,
right.
and this, tell me if it's true, you have to put data around your product and make sure that you have the high level of quality.
Yeah, my customer talked to me about quality, I remember that.
Yeah, good luck. Yeah.
About many other things.
No,
but-
it's okay.
Okay.
I'm trying to help you.
Okay.
Can I just show you something?
Yes, sure.
Okay. just to explain that in Europe we have a global organization, and also just to explain this amazing chart what we try to do. Okay, right? You know that all the topic regarding data management, master data, data exchange, it's main topic in Europe, you know, and all over the world as well.
Yeah, of course.
Okay,
yeah.
right.
Same in the US.
Okay, right. So we have decided to create like a data excellence steering committee. Excellence, you know?
Excellent.
Yeah, to manage all this topic regarding data. But with all the CEO from GS1 Europe, you know?
Yeah.
So I invest
Okay.
Yeah. And GS1 it's a global organization but managed by user. We are what we call user driven, you know. So you have to be on board with some user. So we have decided to launch a new board, it's called advisory board, only with companies.
Okay.
So what GS1 have done is to develop some technology used by the companies. So we have decided to onboard the company just to make sure that what we develop is aligned with their
That's good, actually.
you know?
Yeah.
So but I understand what you realize what you mean.
Yeah.
You say they are just high-level people, they don't really know the business.
Well, I don't want to offend you, but...
Yeah, I know. But that's why we have decided to create like sectors working group, you know, people who are working really on the project.
So they know my business.
Of course, just give you an example. If you sell, maybe you don't, but if you sell some do-it-yourself
I do actually.
Really? Yeah, cool.
This guy's weird.
Good, yeah, thank you. So we have a do-it-yourself working group with someone who work to manage all the topics regarding data exchange, you know?
Yeah.
As the same for the selective distribution of cosmetics, you know?
Yeah.
So if you sell some kind of,
Yeah.
you want to sell some kind of product, I don't know, who can help you? And you talk about 1169.
Yeah, how is that out?
I don't know. But someone really know about this.
Okay.
And he's managed like a B2B2C technical working group.
Okay.
And his job with his group is to work on the implementation guidelines. So with these tools, you can just sell your product to Europe without any problem, you know. So that's how it works. So maybe
That's very clear to me. I mean, I'm actually in the do-it-yourself. I don't really do things myself, but I'm in the do-it-yourself work, and I just want to have more information on which information I need to share with my customers. And,
okay, no problem. But you know that GS1 is user-driven, so maybe I can call to my colleague from the do-it-yourself, and maybe he can explain more than me and better than me what he exactly do with his work. Okay, Jerry. Oh,
hi.
how's it going?
How are you? Oh my God.
Hello, my friend. How are you?
Hi.
Nice to see you. Thank you.
Does it work?
Yes, it does.
Yes. I'm going to have to put my toolbox down. I need this.
It's nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too. I hear you have a problem. You want to build a business or...
Yeah, no, I have a business
Prove
already,
something.
quite successful, I have to say. I want to sell my products in Europe. I'm in the do-it-yourself area. And I have these customers talking to me about weird stuff. I'm not really sure I understand. Is there any way you can help me?
Yes, of course we can.
Oh my God, this is great.
You don't have to do it yourself. We have a big working group that build a data set around DIY products. And I can say a little bit about it if you like.
Please,
Yeah, good.
I'd be interested.
See if we can fix your problem maybe.
Okay.
This is not my everyday work, you know, so it's... Okay. We base it primarily on basic GS1 attributes. You know what that is?
Not really.
Well, not relevant.
I'm not sure.
Try to focus on very basic stuff. We like that in DIY.
Okay.
No sophisticated compliance data. We don't know what that word means anyway. No marketing information. No technical characteristics. We like that, but we didn't include that in the set. We all got logistical supply chain information. And it's basically about these kinds of information. We have the general attributes. We particularly like the brick code. That's one of the favorites we added to the list. And we also got GS1, of course, and other basic stuff. We have article descriptions, of course, like color, which is very important in DIY, also for wallpaper, stuff like that. Order information, you know, we order in bulk. We have large order, minimum order quantities and stuff like that. So we include that in the data set as well. It's very important for us. Of course, we have dimensions and weights.
Yeah.
You know? So we want to measure things, how big they are, the size, length, depth, stuff like that. And of course, how heavy it is. We have information on packaging.
Yeah.
Maybe that's relevant for you.
Yes, it is actually.
You know, how to put it in a store,
Yeah.
how to get it in your local hardware store, and also other things like information on batteries.
Yeah.
It's very important if you have power tools.
Okay.
You need to know what kind of batteries are in there. And basically, that's the set we built. There's 125 attributes to fill. We're really enthusiastic about it, and I hope it helps you building your business here in
So,
Europe.
if I want to get all this data, can I get your number?
Yes, of course you can.
Anything about 1169? I'm quite interested in sharing.
I don't know anything about 1169, but I'm willing to figure that out.
Thank you very much. And you're available anytime?
Of course I am.
Excellent.
Good.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you very much. Consumer outreach, whatever your name is, Belazuz, whatever. I'm actually also getting started. I'm not really so successful yet, but I'm getting started into. I like to sell cosmetics.
Ah, really?
Yeah. Like, I love Paris.
Ah,
Paris is amazing. You know, Paris is the best city in the world. But, I mean, yeah, the wine, the men, yeah. Okay, so, yeah.
Business or
No, it's
business?
And I like to sell cosmetics, but I like to be sitting next to Chanel and Dior and walk on the Champs-Élysées, you know, like and the Eiffel Tower. So I like to know more, like how can I start selling with those guys in Europe?
Like cosmetic, you mean?
Cosmetics,
Yeah,
yeah.
there is two guys who are working on this subject, but they are really, really busy. So I'm not sure that they are available to explain, but I will try to call them.
Thank you.
Okay, right? Their Highnesses, Their Majesties,
Okay.
are you available, please?
Oh my God.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
Hello. How are you? My name is Cindy MacDonald, and I like to sell cosmetics in Europe. I mean, thank you very much for coming. I feel privileged.
Hi Cindy, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
My name is Xavi and my colleague Alexandre, so we came from the luxury cosmetics in Europe. So we are here because our colleague Mastic called us and we try also to help when it's possible. So we would like to explain you first of all what's luxury cosmetic in Europe.
Luxury. Okay.
As you can see on the screen, we have 4 different types of cosmetics, of products in cosmetics. So we have the fast-moving consumer goods cosmetics, the ones who are selling the mass market. We also have the care products sold in pharmacies. We also have the care products sold in beauty salons. You all may know all of them, but the really relevant ones are the second one, the luxury cosmetics.
That's where I want to be.
Yeah. This group is related only and focused in these goods. You also may know all these brands. These brands are very active in this sector. And the most relevant issue related to them is they can decide where they can sell their products. So it's not like the fast-moving consumer goods, they can decide where to sell their products. It's exactly different to the mass market sector. Some more information related to the luxury cosmetics. So they, on average, they sell 1 instance per item per 2 months. So it's a very low rotation, nothing to do with the fast-moving consumer goods. They also have more than 10,000 items per store. It means, the stores are very, very, very small. They have all their products there, so it's important to have good logistics. Also, they have a very high rotation. So 1/3 of the items are changed every year. So they need to take care of these new items. And also from the logistics point of view, they deliver 2 pallets from 2,000 brands per week per store. here I think GS1 standards can help to improve this process. And finally, you have to take into account that the integrity of the brand is more important than the product itself. So if they have to recall all their products, they would prefer to do that than to explain to the market that the brand has a problem. So, Cindy, do you still want to make business in this sector?
No, I do actually. I think it's quite clear. I have to get started somewhere, I guess. So, what do I have to do now? I mean,
yeah. The first thing you should know is about the regulation. It's not 1169.
Oh, really?
So, yeah.
That's disappointing.
This one is related to 12/23, 2009, and it's about traceability.
I'm happy to try 23rd with you, actually.
So, from GS1 in Europe, we have worked for a long period in this area. So we have developed guidelines, and here you can see before the regulation, before the guidelines, and after the guidelines. So, can you see the difference?
I can see there's I think there's a barcode, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
So we have helped all these companies to put a barcode in their products.
Okay.
They are also using the batch number for traceability issues, and from the logistics point of view, they are using currently the SSCC. So
okay.
You should be able
tell
to
me
do
about
that.
that later, yeah, about SSCC.
Okay, so now we can say that the GS1 standards have become more selective than ever.
Okay.
So it's already implemented. We have other projects that are ongoing, and my colleague Alexandre will explain.
Nice to meet you. Hello. Hi. Nice to meet you.
So you recognize these famous European top models, and thanks to their help and the European global coordination, we are currently working on GDSN activities, and especially creating a common data model in Europe. And we are especially coordinating our work with GS1 Germany, which is also a very active NO on selective distribution of cosmetics. And we are very, very close to get a European data model in these sectors. And something very specific in this sector is that is the first one, in Europe at least, in using the GS1 standard for image. You know that there is a GS1 standard for image with a typical description of each product image, typically, for example, for websites or e-commerce. And this image specification standard has been included in the data model. So you can, for next Christmas, when you will buy some cosmetics, you will buy maybe them online, and you will get some pictures compliant with GS1 standard.
That's interesting.
And for your information, you can find some good help and good experts all over Europe. We have created in the working group a toolkit to help the NOs to be aware of the regulation, aware of the standard that could be applied to get the companies compliant with this regulation. We are closely working with companies actually. 10 of them were at our GS1 guidelines to explain how to put barcodes and identifiers in their products. So maybe you've been pleased.
Yes, that's interesting.
And as I said, our current work is to align the data model in Europe to provide companies a European data model, mainly these products, your products, they are global products, not French, not German, not English, global products. So they need alignment.
Okay.
So good luck with your
Il y a Marc qui arrive par là.
Thank you very much. Can you call me name? Give me my number? Okay, thank you. Hi, I've understood a few things. I mean, do it yourself. I'm okay. I've been in this business for a long time, so I think I can get in. Cosmetics, maybe I'll call the guys again just to make sure I understand. But it's still a little bit technical to me. I mean, really, to have someone that I can call, I don't know, after hours even, to help me with
a technical guy, you mean?
Yeah, technical.
Yeah, I have a good guy.
Yeah?
Yeah, for your particular problem, but I have to tell you something just between you and me and the other people as well. That, you have to know that he spent all his time in his life working with his computer. He doesn't really like to see lots of people. So if you come, just be quiet, calm down, and talk to him really slowly, okay, right?
Yeah,
you can try to do that?
I can do that.
I will try to call him, okay?
Okay.
Ma, where are you?
Where is he? He's hiding?
I don't know.
Maybe you should go and get him.
Ma, we are doing something. Come on. So can you just explain something? Yeah, I need your help. Come on. He's shy. I told you that he's shy. Okay. Everything is okay? No, thank you. So, no, they are just some friends. Okay? Yeah, I need your help. You know, she wants to know more about 1169. Could you please share your knowledge about 1169? No? Okay, no, it's not easy. It is impossible. It's not easy, but I will try to do something. I'm not sure that it can work, but I could do something, okay? But if you do that, no, I promise, I'll pay you the most powerful computer on the galaxy with glutamate inside. Do it for us. Do it for Europe.
Okay, Maastricht. I'll do it for Europe, I will do it for you, Cindy.
Thank you so much.
Also for the most powerful computer on Earth.
Yeah.
So, as Cassie said, I am the technical manager of this group. I'm answering the technical question. So when I was younger, I used to be an actor, a quite famous one. But then I grew up and it started to be more difficult for me. No one was calling me anymore. It was really hard. So I began to stay alone in my room with my computers. And that's where looking on the internet, that's where I discover GS1, where I discover the standards, the barcodes, GDSN, even the GPC. And at this time I started to realize the power of standards to transform the way we are working and living. And how I'm... Sorry? Yeah. And now as I'm responsible for this group, I try to give my knowledge to the community. And something that I like really much is to shop. And as I don't go really often outside, I shop online. And I really, there's two things in the world I really found of is computers, of course, and glasses. And what is really important when you buy glasses online, I can tell you, is to have a good picture. Like this one that is awesome, but some are not really awesome. And what we try to do in our group is to align the position and technical specification and the way pictures are taken, so that in all the websites in Europe and for your future product, Cindy will be the same.
You like pictures? Yeah. We can do a selfie.
Oh.
Okay, let's try again. Yeah. Okay, you give me your number again, I'll send it to you.
It's fine.
Yeah? It's okay. I don't mind.
Another thing you really wanted to know about, Cindy, was this 1169.
Exactly.
So I'm the expert.
It's interesting.
1169, basically, it's a way for people like me that like to shop online, especially food, like pizza, to know more about their product, to be sure what they are eating. And for example, I am allergic to nut, and thanks to this regulation, Cindy, I can really see online where the allergen. I can also have a look to the nutritional information on products. And since last year, we created an implementation guideline, technical implementation guidelines, 1169, that most of the people in the European country have used. And these guidelines give the framework of how to comply with 1169, how to share data with your customer. This was the first, I would say, initiative like this, like Bruno said before, to really respond to a European demand on a European regulation. So today, some people that are acting at the European level are seeing some differences in technical choices locally, on the name of the attributes, on the code list, on the attribute length. This is the technical thing that I like, you see. We are in the process of resolving this stuff in the next major release, so next year. This is already solved, it's just a technical problem. It will be something from the past next year. We have only one issue to be 100%, I would say, aligned in Europe. It's this allergen declaration. What we figured out is that the problem is not technical, it's really about business needs. It's about how we see allergen declaration within Europe, and it's not really clear for us. So what we will ask as a priority for the first, how you say, Marcus, the data exchange advisory board, is to have a clear business requirement on this, to see what we want to do exactly, just to comply with the regulation, or to do more, to be able to process this allergen. And for this long-term solution, this should be available also next year. So this is what we need to achieve in 2015 in the group.
Okay, this is pretty clear to me.
Is it clear?
Yes, I mean, if I can call you anytime that I need help, then I'm happy with that. I mean, yeah?
Yeah, you can call us.
Okay, thank you so much.
Welcome.
It's really, I like side guys, it's no problem. But, so I understand everything. I think I'm pretty clear. Do you have like someone a bit more mature or like, no, I mean senior that I can talk to just in case I need more information? Just, yeah, you know, someone my level.
No,
I do trust you.
Yeah,
like,
but you need someone more senior.
A bit more mature, you know?
Yeah. I will call him.
Okay.
I hope that he can come to German, but just a few words about data quality maybe before.
Oh, sorry, yes. Okay.
Data quality. So, just
you know,
that, yeah.
Last time I called my customers, he said, can you give me your measures, like your height and your... I didn't really... I mean, what's going on with these people?
No,
it's talking about data quality.
Yeah, but about your product, not you.
Okay, thank you. Okay.
Yeah. And the idea is data quality is a main topic in the world because you can't sell product online without high level of data and high quality of data. So we have decided in Europe to develop and more at the international level as well, a master data certification. You see that the idea is if you are an seller and you want to sell product in Europe, you have to make sure that all European retailers will align on their requirements.
Okay.
For example, in France, Spain, UK, okay? So the idea is of this working group, and we have just launched the working group, and we have decided to put it at the global level to integrate like US, Canada, Australia, Mexico, is to develop like a certification guidelines. And with this guideline, you have all the information you need, okay, right?
Yeah.
To put the data around your product with a high level of quality.
Okay.
Okay, right?
Yeah.
So now you can do your business in Europe without any concern.
Okay. And I will make sure I have good quality for that.
Yeah, of course.
Okay, thank you very much.
But I understand your needs, so you want to talk with the senior people.
Yeah,
I know.
I mean,
and I will call him to come to the stage
sure.
to explain because he's a sponsor of all the working group on data excellence.
Okay, thank
He's
you.
called Jan Sommer, he's the CEO of GS1 Benelux. So if you can just come to explain.
Hey, finally. Nice to meet you. My name is Cindy.
Jan Sommer.
Nice to meet you. Yes. Can we kiss maybe? No? Very nice to meet you.
Thank you. So you would like to import your goods in Europe?
Yes.
Okay.
I've seen quite a few people from your team, I understand, and they're pretty efficient, I have to say. I'm impressed.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you. So, Before we make a very small wrap-up and become a bit more serious, I would like to have a big applause for this team, for this excellent job they have done to present it in a more new way than we did before. Ladies and gentlemen.
So, very quickly, the wrap-up of what we have seen is indeed the activities of the Data Excellence group. We have tried in the REC to put all the activities around data quality under one header. And this is what you have seen in the beginning. What is new? Two things are new. First, the user board. We feel and we felt after the 1169 experience that we needed to have at pan-European level the involvement of users that are active at pan-European level to give us more guidelines around some of the issues we had. One of the issues was mentioned was allergens. Are we really happy? Are we dealing with allergens? But one of the main conclusions also in the REC was to work around data quality. And you have also seen that an activity is launched around data quality because we saw that some of the MOs have certification activities around data and data quality, and we said, okay, all great initiatives, but we should try to align and make sure that companies who are active at pan-European level can have certification more simple than they had before. We also tried to make an evaluation of what 1169 has brought for us, and we have done a lot of things, we have seen, but it was interesting to see if this regulation had really an impact on GDSN and on the data exchange in Europe. And we did a small questionnaire, and I think we have here already the results of what we had done in this. And you have seen that most of the MOs are using a GDSN or a data aggregator, some are third party, but that a new GS1 standard is seeing the light, and the new GS1 standard is Microsoft Excel. And this is something which we all should study very carefully and see how we can avoid in the future as much as possible Microsoft Excel. And that the standards that we have developed globally for exchanging data are much more implemented than before. I immediately go to the results of those countries who had, let's say, food sold online, because of course the 1169 regulation is mainly meant for the physical labeling. But those countries who had sold food online, and many retailers that are selling food online, they of course needed to have solutions, and here you see the result of the questionnaire we had. So you'll see that in many countries we had excellent results in putting products available to the retail and the consumers in an efficient way. Most used is GDSN, data aggregators, but also web portals and Excel, as we have seen before. But of course this brought us back to some learnings, and which I already saw. GS1, GDSN and GS1 source are used by many retailers, food service to receive data. Microsoft Excel. There are still a lot of MOs who use third parties to exchange, and that's something which is interesting to see, because it's not only the data, it's also the pictures, and you have seen activities on pictures and standardizing pictures, so this is very interesting. But in general it seems indeed that there is an impact on the exchange of GDSN, but we would have expected to be bigger. And that shows that we have to draw the right conclusions out of this questionnaire. Together with my colleagues, we have set some conclusions that I received from many of my colleagues, and they are simply to understand. We were successful, I think, and you look too high in the part of exchanging data. There is still a gap that needs to be filled in for GS1 and GS1 source. We think we must do better in GSN and GS1 source. Many of us have learned that including data quality and certification schemes is crucial when you onboard your companies for exchanging data via GS1 standards. It's not enough to say to have solutions to exchange data. I think it's one of the most important lessons I think we all learned is that data quality is an integral part of exchanging data. What we have done in Europe is simplifying the communication and documentation and make the tools we use to exchange them much more user-friendly. I think the guideline many of you helped in making the GSM guideline was the instrument for many companies at pan-European level to exchange the data. We also learned that differences in the data models between the different countries is really a barrier for companies, small or big, that are selling their food to different retailers in Europe. And the lesson learned here is that we should try to limit as much as possible the national data models. But it's not always possible. Allergens is one of the biggest issues, and we come back on that. Also important lesson is that the companies are collecting data for B2C from different sources inside the company. And we see that why is Excel and why are web portals used by companies? Because the data comes not automatically out of their ERP systems. So B2C data has to be collected. And this is a very important risk when we look into the updates or the product switches for the future. It's not because 13th of December is gone. Now everyone has to update his products also. And regarding the adoption of GDSM, I think most of my colleagues together with me realized that we need to collaborate more on this exchange of data. It's becoming multinational and there is no way back for this. We have to make it better in the future. So, Camille, that was my update. I don't think there come other slides after this. Cindy?
Yeah. Thank you very much. Thank you everyone for your patience. We tried something to make it a bit more lively. So I think I give it back to Bruno. Thank you very much.
So thank you very much. It was really